Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are in the second part of our lecture. I hope you can see this screen. We have gone through the REPD, the pupillary light reflex, and also the near reflex. Okay, so now we are going to the second part, which is the what do you call that? Which is the pupillary abnormalities. So what is the most common? The most common is anisocoria. Okay, so what is anisocoria? Anisocoria is whereby there's a difference in sizes of the two pupils. Okay, so physiologically, in 20% of population, probably there's a bit of difference in less than 1 mm. Okay, however, the both pupils must react brisk and equally to light, meaning probably the other eye is 3 millimeters and the other eye is 2 millimeters, or the other eye is 4 millimeters and the other eye is 3 millimeters, not more than 1 millimeter. Okay, so if it's pathology, it should be is it pathology? And if in pathology, it must be because of the disturbance in the efferent pathway, which is either the parasympathetic or the sympathetic disturbance. Okay, an important step of in examining an isocoria, you must ask to dim the light. You must test the pupil in dim and bright light. Okay, if it's equal, then it's physiological. If it's unequal, then it is pathological. Okay, so anisocoria greater in dim light. Okay, in dim light. So in dim light, by right, your pupil should be what? Should be dilated. Okay. However, in this condition, the pupil remains constricted. Okay, in a bright condition, you can see that the pupil is in bright light, it's small, and then in the dark is still small. Okay, one eye is small, one eye is big. So definitely in the dark, the one that is small is abnormal. Okay, it is because of the failure of the dilator muscle. And there are a few causes, which is the posterior seneca, pharmacological anisocoria, and also Horner syndrome. So what is posterior seneca? Okay, you will find out. I'll give you homework. How about pharmacological anisocoria? Okay, so I hope you can tell me later. And Horner syndrome. I think most of you have learned this in the medical posting. So Horner syndrome is because there's a lesion in the oculosympathetic pathway. It consists of uh, meiosis, ipsilateral meiosis, ptosis because of the paralysis of Muller muscle and ophthalmos, iris heterochromia, and also anhidrosis. So these are the pathway of the Horner syndrome. Okay. So causes of Horner syndrome, there are a lot of causes. It depends on where the lesion is. From the This is the second order, this is the third order. Okay, so where is the lesion? It all depends, and you must know all this. Okay, you must be able to. This is the first order neuron, second order neuron, and this is the third order neuron. So it depends on where the lesion is, and it will give rise to all this. Okay, either or, not all, perhaps a few. Okay, so causes of Horner syndrome, the central lesion, preganglionic and postganglionic. I'm not going to go into details because Horner syndrome is not common, but if it presents, it can be lethal. Okay, you must know how to check Horner syndrome. One pupil is small, one pupil is big. Okay, it does not dilate in the dark. So that is most likely, one of the causes is Horner syndrome. This is a common question, exam question. Okay, so how about anisocoria? Greater in bright light. In bright light, the pupil should be constricted. Okay, it should be constricted. But however, in this patient, it keeps on dilating. And then, so the difference is more in the bright light. Okay, it should be constricting, but instead it's continue to dilate. It fails to constrict. So what are the problem? One of the problem is still iris damage. Okay, for example, traumatic mydriasis. Because of trauma, people being hit by for example, a shuttlecock or a tennis ball, the pupil becomes dilated because there was sphincteric tear. So it does not constrict, it remains dilated. Or pharmacological, and you guys need to tell me what are the examples of the pharmacological agent. One of another condition is adystonic people, and another condition is third nerve palsy. So what is adystonic people? Adystonic people is not common. You know that things are not common, but you can, perhaps you will see it once in 10 years. It is a lesion in the ciliary ganglion of the parasympathetic. So parasympathetic, what does it do? It constricts the pupil. So if it has problem, the pupil will remain dilated. Okay, because the sympathetic wins, the parasympathetic is lost, so the other one will win. So that's why the pupil remains dilated. You remember that the action of the pupil, it depends on the summation of the parasympathetic and sympathetic action. Okay, so what is a dystonic pupil? Okay, it consists of, okay, dilated pupil, poor to absent light reaction, meaning if you shine the torch, it does not constrict. But yeah, there's a slow construction to prolong near effort, meaning if you give a near object, uh, there is constriction. Okay, slow constriction, and then slow redilatation after completion of the near effort. Okay, that's why it is called light near dissociation. Okay, in other condition, usually if it does not constrict to light, it also does not constrict to near. However, in ADs, the near, it responds, but it does not respond to light. That is why it's called the light near dissociation. Okay, if people have these changes plus the hypo or areflexia, you will call it Holmes AD syndrome. It's more common in female more than male, and 80% is unilateral and it's following a viral infection. Okay, the third cause of dilated pupil is third nerve palsy. Third nerve palsy is with a pupillary involvement is an emergency. You will see this slide over and over again from my lecture, from and also from another lecturer's lecture, and for probably you will see this slide 3 times in this whole posting because it is very, very, very important, and it is an emergency. If you see a third nerve palsy whereby the eye is out, down, and out, and the pupil is dilated, uh, it is uh, it is third nerve palsy. Okay, so we have uh, okay, another one, light near dissociation. One was ADs, another one is Argyll Robertson pupil. This is a hallmark of neurosyphilis. So what is the criteria? Light near dissociation. Both pupil usually involved, but the degree may be asymmetrical. Virtually no response to light, but response to near is very fast. Unlike your ADs just now, the response to light is slow. Okay, slow constriction through near effort, but in Aga Robertson, there is a brisk response to near. Pupils are small and frequently irregular in shape. Pupils dilate poorly after installation of mydriatics, and however, the visions are normal. Okay, So, and it is quite rare, but there are other conditions like Argyll-Robertson-like pupils, such as in diabetes, chronic alcoholism, and also encephalitis. Okay, so this is the second section of the lectures. I hope to see you again after this. Okay, thank you.